No, people are afraid of technology. Technology!
Hey guys, my name's Adam, also known as the kid that doesn't come to class and turns his stuff in late. Today I'm here to talk to you about technology and how much it's become a part of our everyday lives. So what is technology? According to the internet, the definition is the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes. In English, that means how can we take what we have and make it even better? Okay, basically every invention ever is some form of technology. So like cars, baseball bats, shoes, a refrigerator, it's all technology. It's everywhere. Chances are when I put this word on the screen, you didn't think of rifled barrels or arrowheads. You thought of something like a TV or a PlayStation controller or a laptop. These are more modern examples, things that can connect to almost anything faster than you can blink. How many of you guys have cell phones? Oh, you all do. Isn't that insane? I bet they're all smartphones too. Aren't they great? You can connect to the internet, you can browse the internet, you can download stuff from the internet, you can upload stuff to the internet, you can take pictures and videos. Like right now, I'm recording this on my cell phone. How mind-blowing is that? And the great thing about cell phones, especially now, is that they're so powerful. Like Samsung makes a phone that has 8 gigabytes of RAM and you can upgrade it to a terabyte of storage. So that's like a whole computer that just fits in your pocket. Another great thing about phones is you can connect them to anything using Bluetooth, like your car. Can you imagine that cars used to look like that? I mean, it looks pretty cool, but the only electronics in that car are the headlights and the sound system, and probably some other thing that I don't know, because I don't know that much about cars. But now we have cars like this Tesla, where everything is electronic. It's electric, it can drive itself, it's just one big, huge computer. And with other cars that aren't that, they have like Apple CarPlay, so your iPhone will connect to it automatically when you jump in the car, and basically like your whole screen on your phone is now in your radio. So when you're texting and driving, instead of holding your phone up here, if you're holding the wheel like this, you can hold the wheel here and stare down at your radio, and you don't ever have to look at the road. Today there's also all kinds of smart devices that you can connect your phone to. Like there's Bluetooth lights you can have going on. You have speakers, like everyone knows what a Bluetooth speaker is. You take it wherever it's a party in your pocket. They have speaker and light combinations, so you can have a really big party in your pocket. And then they have like a Ring doorbell. Samsung now makes a fridge you can pair with a Ring doorbell. So if you're sitting there in the kitchen cooking something and somebody rings your doorbell, you're like, "Hey Jim, what's up?" Pretend there's a fridge there. You know, the doorbell rings. "Oh, hey Jim, I'm just chopping some celery." Whatever. You can do anything today. And then smart TVs. You can run Netflix, Hulu, anything just through your TV. You don't need to hook up a computer or a game system to it. All this is awesome, but it brings me to my next point, which is trackability. If I can get there. Okay, so tracking. So obviously, Google is a big one. Everyone gets their public about it. So Google tracks everything you do if you use their products. Remember when I said that phones are tiny computers? And have you ever been on the internet on a computer and you know that websites use a little electronic breadcrumbs called cookies? Cell phones are just like that, except anywhere you go and everything you do, it leaves a cookie. So then Google takes that, or anybody that monitors that, they take it, they make a profile on you basically, so that they know everything you do. So they can give you better advertisements basically. That's the only reason they do it, is for advertisements and conspiracy theories, because Google is probably the CIA. Nobody knows. Have you ever been talking to somebody about something in person, and then the next day you get online and you get ads for that product? Like when I was looking at buying Jeeps, me and my dad were talking in private in the living room at home about how I wanted a Jeep. And then 2 days later, all the ads online for me were, "Oh, there's 4 used Jeeps for sale within 50 miles of you." And that's another thing, is location tracking. So if you look, that was about how they make a profile on you, and that's everywhere you go, everything you buy, everything you look at, talk to, everything you do online is tracked. And then this is one of the websites I was looking at, and I wasn't able to cite it because it tried to put a virus on my computer. But this is just one of the examples to where one of the ads on the websites I was doing research for this project, there's Jeep parts. Isn't that crazy? I had a Samsung phone for a week, and so that's a Google phone. So everything I did it tracked. I don't know if you can see that. Let me bring it closer. So here we have, I used Snapchat on October 23rd at 5:13, 4:17, 3:02, 2:09, and 12:55, and then a couple times before that. And then I also used Spotify at 12:54, 11:20, 10:45, 10:04, and 8:15 in the morning. It tracked, so when I went to Chadron, Nebraska, it tracked when I looked to see how far I was from Chadron. I was in Ogallala, and then I was also in Ogallala when I was in Hastings, and then I don't know where that is. That's a little town I drove through. When I was in Alliance. So all those, they tell you, you know, when I looked and where I was at when I did it. But a week after I started working at Farm Bureau, my phone started, when I would get to work, it would ding and it'd be like, you've arrived at work. I mean, obviously I know that because I can look with my eyes and see that I've arrived at work. But I guess some people don't know that. But then it would also compare, so yesterday it took me 7 minutes to get there, and today it took me 5 because I was going 50 through town because I was late, or going to be late. It will tell me that somehow I got there way faster today. And that, all the information is awesome. You might not care, but what if it's not just a robot looking at it? If someone else gets that information, like this guy, he's pretty creepy. You don't want him looking at your stuff. Do you want a hacker knowing your every move? Like where you are, when you're there? I don't. To jump to the extreme immediately, if somebody gets a hold of my maps data and they realize that, or they can see that I leave the house at 7:30 every day and I'm gone till noon, and then I am there from noon to 12:40, and then I leave again and I'm gone till 5, that gives them 2 perfect windows where they can come break in and steal all my stuff. Not saying that's going to happen, but there you go. Or they can sit there and take your Amazon packages off your porch because they also have that info and they know when that's coming too. It's just, if I want someone stealing my stuff, I want them to work for it. I want them to run up and hit me in the head with a brick and then take it. Or I want them to sit outside my house for 4 days and watch me and earn it. At least I don't, that's just because I'm weird like that. If your car is Bluetooth capable, like I had a Bluetooth radio in my Tahoe, and so then when it connects to the car, and then when it disconnects, it tells the phone, this is where the car is now. So when you leave that spot, your phone is like, hey, don't forget your car is here. That's pretty cool, except that tells, if a hacker has that information too, then they know where you are. So that just says, you know, like location and theft, they can come steal your stuff. Or another thing is that, so a criminal could potentially, they can duplicate the frequency of the key, your key that's unique to your car. They can replicate it. If you're in your office building and you have your key in there, they can come get a booster. I mean, it'd be pretty extreme for them to do this, but they could, if it's in your driveway, it's way closer to the car, they can boost it with a, I don't know how it works, it's magic. But they boost the frequency from your key to your car, and then the car thinks the key is in the car, and then they just get in, push the button, and drive away. Which is why you should all have old muscle cars, because they're cool, and you have to physically get in and break the steering column to steal a car. Anyway, another thing is, like, you people think, oh, well, a hacker is just through the internet, they can't physically hurt me, right? Well, if you go to YouTube and you punch in hacker remotely driving car, there's all kinds of videos, or at least 2, of new cars that are all computers and stuff, and then people have remotely hacked into them, and they can turn on the windshield wipers, flash the lights, and you're like, oh, that's just inconvenient, but then they can also kill your engine. And if you lose your engine in your car, everything's connected to that, so you lose your power steering. In some new cars, your steering wheel is connected just to a computer, and then so when you turn the wheel this way, it tells the computer to turn the wheels that way, if that makes sense. So if in that instance you just shut your car off, you lose everything. So then if you're going down the highway at 70 miles an hour and you're going on a curve and some sadistic loser shuts your car off, you're just going to shoot off the road, jump through the ditch, maybe get hurt, maybe die. At the very least, your car is going to be totaled and your day is going to be ruined. So that's all I have. Today we talked about technology and how it's great that it connects everything, and then they kind of great that it can they can track everything because they can give you ads that you want to see even though nobody wants to see ads, so you just waste money like I do a lot. And then we talked about hackability, where they can just take your life over and wreck your car for you. These are my sources. Like I said, I had another one, but it tried to put a virus on my computer, so and if you have any questions, you can't really ask me because I'm talking to an iPhone, and Mrs. Johnson's probably the only one watching this. Thanks for watching. Sorry that it's late. I'll do better next semester, And that is all I have.